Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the collective. I am super excited that you are tuning in. So, full disclosure, this is the third time that I have hopped on to record this video today, and something was off with the video quality. And so that just like reinforced my commitment to make sure that you actually heard what I had to say today. So, earlier this morning, I went live with a Q&A inside the green room. For those of you who don't know, the Green Room is my group coaching community. The women in there get exclusive access to me. They get live Q&As every couple of weeks. They get access to all of my monthly programming, boot camps, all of that jazz. And so we really get the time to hash things out and dive deep into their lives. And I had two amazing questions today that I felt like more people needed to hear the answer to. And so grab a pen, tag a friend, because this information could be life changing. Okay. So the first question I got was, Coach K, what is the toughest lesson you've ever had to learn? And it's actually two lessons. Okay. So the first lesson was stop creating competition where it doesn't exist. And I know I cannot be the only person who struggled with this. Lots of times we have these situations where you're on your grind, you're going after your goals, you're going after your dreams, everything looks good, and you look over for whatever reason and you recognize that someone else is being more successful than you, and it causes you to question your worth, question your ability, and you get this feeling of, man, what's wrong with me? Why am I not doing more? Why am I not, trying harder? And a lot of it comes from being a competitive person, like naturally. I know my sisters are 6 and 8 years older than me, so we didn't really grow up close, and all my cousins are guys, and guys typically are highly competitive. But I can just remember how many times that set me back, where I was looking at the other person's tests and we're not even taking the same test. Like, you are not in the same race as the people next to you. And if you really knew how frequently people are not thinking about you, people are not worried about you, people are not even concerned, you would not be comparing your life to someone else's. I also just talked yesterday with a friend and with a client as well, is that we look at social media and we're seeing like a highlight reel of people's lives. We're seeing the house, the car, the kids, all of these things. You don't know that their car is a lease. You don't know that this is an Airbnb. You don't know that they just had this huge knockdown, drag out fight right before this beautiful photo shoot. So stop comparing your real life, REAL, to somebody else's real life, REEL. Got it? Cool. Lesson number two is that someone else's inability to see your value has absolutely no impact on your actual worth. So lots of times when we're in friendships, when we're in relationships, when we're working our way up the corporate ladder, we take very seriously the opinion and the way that someone else receives us. And it causes us to do all sorts of gymnastics and like social control and damage control. And we're working hard and we're doing all the things. We're like, oh my goodness, I didn't get the promotion. Maybe I'm not good enough. Oh my goodness, he hasn't proposed. Maybe I'm not good enough. Oh my gosh, they went to brunch and they didn't invite me. That must mean something about me. Stop it. Stop it. Just because someone does not recognize how amazing you are, just because they didn't invite you, just because they didn't choose you, just because things aren't working out the way that you would like for them to work out, does not mean that you're not worthy. It doesn't mean that you're not enough. It doesn't mean anything about you, because we only see stuff from the lens of how healed we are. We only see stuff from the lens of our own experience. And it takes time for people to recognize. Now, that doesn't mean you stay in a relationship that's a dead end or you allow people to mistreat you. It just means that you let people do what they're going to do and you do what you're going to do. I also want to just firmly express that someone not recognizing your value, someone not really appreciating you, someone not demonstrating reciprocity in your relationship is not an invitation for you to try harder. Like, it's not your job to rise up so that they recognize that you're valuable. It's your job to be you. It's your job to be authentic. It's your job to do that personal development for your own sake. And either they will rise to the occasion or you will rise and someone else will see you for who you are, and you'll get the love, the career, the life, the friendship that you truly deserve. But that truly starts with personal standards, okay? So those are two of the hardest lessons I've ever had to learn, and I pass them on to clients, to friends, to family members all the time. Bet. The second question was, after you became a coach, how long did it take you to not be afraid? And y'all, every time I think about it, I kind of chuckle because the truth is, every time I press go live, every time I do an intake for a new client, every time I think about a program and I start the program, I have a little bit of anxiety or worry there. And it's not because I don't believe in my ability. I'm an extremely competent mental health professional. I've been doing this 15, almost 16 years. I can get you results. Like, I can get you there. My concern is that not everyone is always ready to do the work, to hear the hard things, and to put in the effort that it takes to transform your life. And when people aren't ready and they don't do the work, what they typically do is blame the coach. They'll say, well, you weren't really helping me, and this isn't what I needed. They'll say just different things that suggest that they weren't the issue. And it doesn't mean I'm the coach for everybody, because let's just be real. Everybody has somebody that's going to really tap in and help them unlock their highest potential. But if you aren't doing the things, if you aren't doing the homework, if you aren't studying, if you aren't reading, if you aren't willing to check yourself, then no one can help you. So there's always a little bit of anxiety about whether or not people are going to put in the work. And I have told myself time and time again, it's my job to deliver. It's the client's job to do the work. And then the second thing that supports this is that in all actuality, becoming unshakable, like showing up big and bold and confident, it's not about not being afraid. It's not about that at all. It's about being afraid, feeling the feelings, getting a little woozy, and doing it anyway. Standing in the face of fear and moving forward anyway, because there's no growth in your comfort zone. I know that sticking to what you know makes you feel safe, but that safety in reality is actually being stuck. It's keeping you root bound. It's stopping you from thriving and growing to your highest potential. Okay. So it's not about not being afraid. It's about feeling the fear and going for it anyway. So those are my two favorite questions from the live Q&A. And because I love you guys and because it got me so hyped, I'm extending myself for the next 48 hours. If you've got questions all throughout the weekend, drop them and I will answer. Honestly, if you're interested in coming and being a part of the green room, we would love to have you. Just say green room and I will shoot you the link so that you never miss a thing and that you get in on all of my programs, especially the main character bootcamp that's coming up really soon. Okay. I love you guys. I want the best for you. Have an excellent week on purpose, and we'll chat in the next one.